This video has a few review problems for the Unit 8 quiz review in class. So find the arithmetic and geometric mean of 18 and 8. So the arithmetic mean means that we are averaging these numbers together. So we're going to add them together and divide by 2. So 18 plus 8 is going to get us 26. Divide by 2 would be 13. The geometric mean, this is where we're going to put those numbers diagonal from each other and then x is on the other diagonal. So we have 18 over x equals x over 8. So when we cross multiply, we get x squared equals 144. We need to take the square root of both sides. Remember, when you take the square root, you need a plus or minus sign. So it'd be x equals plus and minus 12. Next, we want to find the fourth proportional. So the fourth proportional is x. Remember, when we set up a proportion, it's 1 over 2, 3 over 4. So we have 6 over 8 equals 9 over x. So as we cross multiply here, we get 6x equals 72. When we divide, x is 12. Find the ratio of x to y. So first we already have the x and y's on the same side of the equation. So what we're going to do is we are going to GCF out our letters. So x is the GCF. We're left with g minus h. And then y is our GCF. So we're left with j plus k. When we go to do our ratio x over y, remember we're thinking backwards. How would we cross multiply to get the answer above? So across from x is going to be g minus h on the bottom, and across from y on top is going to be j plus k. The ratio of a supplement of an angle to a complement of an angle is 29 to 11. Find the complement of the angle. So remember that a supplement is 180 minus x, a complement is 90 minus x, and we are going to multiply by that, set it equal to that ratio 29 over 11 and cross multiply. So we get 11 times 180 minus x is equal to 29 times 90 minus x. So as we multiply, we get 1,980 minus 11x equals 2,610 minus 29x. So we can get our number to one side and our variable to the other. So when we do that, we're going to get 18x is equal to 650. When we divide by 18, x is 35. So that means our angle is 35. To get our complement, we need to do 90 minus 35. So the complement is 55 degrees. Chris is 6 feet tall and has a shadow of 20 feet long. How tall is a tree that has a 24-foot long shadow? So Chris is 6 feet tall. He has a shadow of 20. Remember, the shadow always goes on the horizontal part, the ground. We don't know how tall the tree is, but we know it has a shadow of 24. So when we go to set up our ratio, we're going to have the objects over each other and the shadows over each other. So we have 6 over x is equal to 20 over 24. So as we cross multiply, we get 20x is equal to 144. When we divide by 20, we get x is 7.2, which we're going to write as a fraction, which would be 36 over 5 feet. Solve for x and y. So we have a triangle here that we know the triangles are similar because the corresponding angles are congruent and they have a shared angle. So we have a smaller triangle inside a larger triangle. So before I start to set up my proportions, I want to find the missing sides of the triangle. So 6 and 9 gets us 15 length. On the other side, we have 4 plus 2y plus 2 equals 2y plus 6. Now, when we go to set up a proportion, we notice that one side of the triangle has numbers, 6 and 15. So we are going to use that ratio, 6 over 15, twice. So to solve for x, we have 6 over 15 equals x plus 1 over x plus 5. When we cross multiply, 6 times x plus 5 equals 15 times x plus 1. So that gets us 6x plus 30 is equal to 15x plus 15. We can subtract 6x from both sides. We get 9x equals 15. When we divide by 9, this is going to reduce to 5/3 for x. For y then, we have 6 over 15 equals, the side from the smaller triangle is 4, and the side with the y is 2y plus 6. So when we cross multiply, 6 times 2y plus 6 equals 60. We can distribute the 6. 12y plus 36 equals 60. Subtract 36. 12y equals 24. So we divide. Y is 2. In our last problem here, we have parallelogram soft is similar to parallelogram hard. We want to solve for v, w, and x and find the ratio of the sides. So remember, in a parallelogram that our opposite angles are congruent, our consecutive angles are supplementary. So S and H are going to be congruent angles. They're in the first letter of the name, so V is going to equal 91 degrees. Then to get W, because it is a consecutive angle, we are going to subtract from 180 to get that W is 89 degrees. Last, we want to find X. So remember that all of our sides might not have numbers on them, but our opposite sides are congruent. So in soft, we have two sides that are 36 and two sides that are x. In our parallelogram hard, we have two sides that are congruent on the top and two sides that are congruent on the bottom. So we have two sides that are 45 and two sides that are 40. When we go to solve for x then, SO is the first two letters. It corresponds with HA. So we have 36 over 45 equals. Then X is the side ST. It corresponds with HD. So we have X over 40. And we can cross multiply. So when we cross multiply here, we get 45X equals 36 times 40, which is 1,440. When we divide by 45, we get X is 32. And we found our variables. The last thing we have to do is find the ratio of sides. So when we do the ratio of sides, we're just reducing the fraction of the sides. So we need a side from the first shape, so we can use 36, and a side from the second shape, which is 45. Both of these numbers are divisible by 9, so this is going to reduce to 4/5.